Rudy is the co-founder and head of blockchain at Mythical Games, as well as the former senior producer at Blizzard, who's worked on some really incredible games like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, amongst many, many more. Why did you decide to form Mythical Games, and where did that inspiration come from?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we've been in the games industry for a long time. We've seen a lot of evolution over the years. In particular, mobile, had a tremendous impact on games across the world. And when we found out about blockchain, we were instantly drawn to it. We thought, wow, this is potentially another mobile, all over again. And the more we started to dig into it, the more excited we got about the concepts of true ownership of digital assets. We were hearing, people were making money playing blockchain games, and these were all concepts that we're really, really drawn to. And, we get excited anytime we find a tool that sort of challenges the way we've been doing things, or allows us to do something unique or different, or deliver an experience that's different, and then, we got really excited when we found blockchain, because it was exactly that kind of a tool for us. And then from there, it was kind of a no-brainer. Let's go, let's get in there and let's start peeling back the layers.
I know you guys have a really stacked team, Rudy. Can you kind of speak about maybe some of the backgrounds that the various team members have and some of the value that they ultimately add to the project?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the team is the thing that I'm most excited about, really, in all of this. I mean, we have such an incredible crew. And, as we sort of venture out into blockchain and games, and, building products, there's a whole myriad of challenges ahead of us. We got to design the right games, we got to build the right technology, we got to deal with some probably really unique technical challenges and game design challenges that we haven't seen before. And I feel like our team is just perfectly set up to take on all of those challenges that we have ahead of us. We have John Linden and Jamie Jackson, who were both studio heads at Activision. There were 9 studios at Activision, and 2 of the studio heads are now part of Mythical, which is quite incredible. I mean, they bring in a wealth of experience from the game world to the table. And then on the other side, we've got Stephen Cunningham, who leads the very talented technical team down in LA, who comes from, massive enterprise level marketplace and platform infrastructure development. And him and his team are poised to take on all the unique challenges, technical challenges that we have ahead of us. So, I'm really, like I said, I'm just really excited about the team. I think we have just the perfect, set up with skills to be able to tackle what's ahead, because it isn't just, blockchain isn't just sort of a one-trick pony. There's a lot of, there's a lot of complexity now in dealing with it, and a lot of exploration. How do we use it right? How do we integrate with it? But, there's more that we don't even know yet. As we uncover more, we discover more about what blockchain can do. And as the technology itself evolves, continues to evolve, like I was saying earlier, you're a veteran in EOS. From our perspective, it's a brand new toy, that we have yet to uncover all the wonders. So, really excited about it.
How did you've held some really, really big positions yourself at various gaming companies. Where did this passion come from, and how did you kind of get your start, Rudy?
Well, I guess if you sort of ask anyone my age how we got into games, you're not going to get a very orthodox answer. Today we have like schools you can go to, and I've met kids who go to like a 4-year game design program at university. And we didn't have that when I was young, but I do remember, video games were a huge part of my childhood, and growing up, I just remember wanting to just be a part of it. I just wanted to be a part of it. In fact, when I was 15, I applied to work at Blizzard. I was playing Warcraft 1 or 2 at the time. It was very early days for Blizzard. And I was just like, what? This game was so amazing. I just need to be a part of it. And so 15-year-old me wrote a resume that had no experience on it, just basically said, I'm really good at photocopying. and I sent it in, and I didn't get a call back. But I was really pumped at the idea of just working on something that had such a tremendous impact and had brought so many memories, great memories for me. And sure enough, 25 years later, just under 25 years later, I got to actually work at Blizzard, and not just Blizzard, but on the World of Warcraft team, which, arguably one of the most prolific teams in games. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited that potentially the stuff that I could do can have the same impact on the kids growing up today, the same way, the games of the old had an impact on me.
How did you find EOS? I guess, of course, that's kind of the next sequential question.
Yeah.
EOS and blockchain.
Yeah. I mean, for me, personally speaking, I found out about blockchain back in February of this year. So not, it feels like forever in the rate at which the industry is moving. Just back in February of this year. And I found out about CryptoKitties. They made big waves with what they did. They're actually based in Vancouver, which is my hometown.
Yep.
And I started digging into it. And like I said, I was instantly drawn to the possibility. I was really captivated by this idea that, digital assets, true ownership of digital assets. This was big. This was huge to me because, you throughout all the games that I've played, World of Warcraft is a perfect example. You collect stuff. You collect stuff, and that's you attach value to those things that you collect, and you care about your accounts. You care about the characters that you play with. I have such a deep attachment to my the characters that I've spent hundreds of hours playing and collecting unique stuff, and I have some really rare stuff. Yeah. And so, even though it was a little bit of a mind bender to go, okay, I can now truly own these things. It took me a while to understand that, but it was mind blowing to me. Like, wow, that, I could really truly own things, these digital assets that I put so much value in. And that allows me to then trade them and sell them. And that to me was just really, it just was an incredible idea.
Just to reiterate on your point, I actually know a bunch of people who got into cryptocurrency who actually had full-on companies like mining resources in World of Warcraft. So what you're saying is absolutely the truth. There is a full industry out there already. Never mind if you're going to tokenize assets and provide a true ownership. I mean, like, this is right? Yeah,
you're 100% right. And that's the thing to me, like, I see blockchain as a very natural next step for games. It's the perfect next step for games because all of these concepts have existed. You can look back through all the games where, secondary markets existed. Ashlon's Call was a popular one where I had family members who would play and earn stuff and go and sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
Even in World of Warcraft, I could, it's against the terms of service, so I won't, but I could turn around and sell my account on eBay, and it'd be worth quite a lot because I've been playing for 14 years and I've earned some really rare stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
Me too. And that's what I'm really excited about because, like, my next question was actually going to talk about how do you think we can kind of create some hybridized products between blockchain, but you just explained it. Player-owned economies is something that's already being done. It's just the next natural step. And then when you talk about mass adoption, like, I really believe that this is an excellent use because a lot of the times, this is something Dan Larimer has talked about before, some of the best games are kind of those games that, or the applications or whatever that have like this blockchain association built into it, but you might not necessarily know what's running on blockchain. And those are the ones that are going to drive mass adoption in the gaming market. Like, the World of Warcraft market is massive. Like, it's huge. So
absolutely,
it's such an easy crossover into a completely different market segment. We're not talking about blockchain enthusiasts. We're talking about gaming enthusiasts. And there are millions and millions and millions of people all around the world who are looking to play some of the games of the caliber that I know that you guys are going to produce. So,
yeah, absolutely. And, I think, we're extremely excited about blockchain, as are many. And just, to go and touch upon the point you made with what Dan Larimer said. Yeah. I think we're very excited about blockchain. But I think we also have to be careful because blockchain is a technology. It would be like saying, hey, we're building a game on AWS, everyone, get excited. The mainstream crowd, they don't really pay attention to that stuff. And so for us, the most important thing, and in terms of what we believe putting our best forward is creating a great game experience that players love and engage with. That's, and going back to the team, that's what we've been doing. That's what we know. We're coming at it from that perspective, coming at it from that, that background in terms of expertise as well. And going, we know how to make games that people love to play. Let's now see how we can enrich those experiences with blockchain. But at the end of the day, players probably aren't going to pay much attention to the fact that there's blockchain there. And they don't really need to.
They don't have to, man. They don't have to. As long as it drives adoption, they don't have to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm excited. I wanted to ask you really quickly, how much of the information is actually going to be stored on chain versus stored off chain? Because I would have to imagine that in order to create like a super hyper intuitive, gaming interface, that you're only going to put things onto the blockchain that you really would need to. So,
I'll start by saying that, one of our, core philosophies at the moment is, we don't see a future, at least not anytime soon, where you have blockchain games.
Yeah.
What we believe is you have games that use blockchain. And what I mean by that is that, again, going back to we are very excited about blockchain. We're very excited about exploring what it can do and what it's capable of. And I think we have years ahead of us of exploring and understanding how to wield this amazing technology. But I think we also have to be really critical about what we believe its true value is to what we're doing, and not just use it for the sake of using it, and not just use blockchain because it's blockchain.
I had the opportunity to go check out the newest trailer for Blanco's Block Party, which I absolutely love because it had the quality that I would kind of come to expect from you guys. It was really, really cool. Do you think more so that some of the projects that you're working on are actually going to really kind of maybe open up some of the other private market sectors to what the technology is capable of and what you can achieve by using blockchain? Like, do you think that maybe when you're able to pull off some really, really cool products that incorporate this type of tech, others may look and you might possibly create almost like a Trojan horse into the technology itself? Is that feasible?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Mythical, we're right at this dawn of this sort of journey with blockchain, and it was so early in the market, and people are going to catch on. They're going to catch on to this blockchain the same way they caught on to mobile, and we believe that it's going to have a huge impact on the game. We believe that people are going to see this technology and get really excited about it. Developers, I'm talking about. Developers are going to get really excited about this technology in the same way we are. I think, it's going to take a few of us to sort of push that forward and, help show the potential and possibility. And, I think we're poised, perfectly to do just that. I think we're in it so early to start pulling all of this together and starting to figure it all out. And then we can sort of, show the world what the possibilities are. And we have no doubt, I have no doubt that people are going to get really excited.
I have no doubt either. And apparently I'm not the only one, and you're not the only one, because Galaxy Digital recently injected $16 million into Mythical Games, which was a massive, massive announcement. And it's something that I was personally really, really excited about. Like, Mike Novogratz is no slouch. If he sees value in what you're doing, and how could he not, given your team, then I think that it's probably a really good investment on his behalf. Where does kind of Mythical Games go from here? And what are some of those funds going to be located for, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, sure. Broadly speaking, what I can say is that, we came out of the gates with this sort of vision to help drive adoption of blockchain by creating great game experiences. that's something that we've been doing for years, and that we have that expertise. And, the funding from Galaxy Digital, or the funding that we received, puts us in an extremely strong position to do exactly that. And, we launched right after we announced the funding. We launched Blanco's Block Party trailer at the Gamers' Choice Awards. I mean, this is a really, really incredible sort of milestone. This is for, first sort of game that incorporates blockchain being put in this huge mainstream channel, the Gamers' Choice Awards hosted in LA,
I want to ask you a little bit, creating some of these games, right? Of course, you're involved in probably a lot of the creative process. Something that's kind of intuitive, imaginative, and engaging. It couldn't be like an easy process. Where do you find your inspiration? You just kind of like unleash your inner 12-year-old and just like let them loose? Or, what does that process look like, Rudy?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're, for us, we're all really passionate gamers. We there are games that we love to play, and those come out as sort of inspiration to us. It's a really fun process to sort of imagine what your ideal game would be. And I think on top of that, to be surrounded by, a talented team like we have at Mythical, we get to sort of throw ideas around, and it's an organic process that just sort of, we'll inspire something in each other. We'll have a conversation, and then 2 weeks later in the shower or in the middle of the night, some aha moment will hit us, and we'll be on the call or on Slack talking to each other.
Kind of building a legacy, I guess. And in a perfect world, I wanted to ask you, Rudy, what does that legacy look like in 5 years?
Yeah, I think certainly personally speaking, I can say that, I'm really thrilled to have a shot at really moving the industry forward, and if not the world forward, in a meaningful way. I mean, blockchain is, to me, an extremely powerful and exciting future. And I think for me to be able to say, yeah, we moved things forward, and we drove adoption. Look, there are millions of people around the world enjoying games with blockchain, and these paradigms that we were so excited about all those years ago. You were right. Look at how great the great of experiences and games we can create for people.
I do, of course, see you're super active on Telegram, Rudy, and I definitely want to make a plea. Anybody who has made it this far in the interview, go in there. Rudy is super approachable. I'm going to post the website. If you guys think that Rudy is messing around, go take a look at the trailer for Blanco's Block Party, because it's going to be huge. I guess, Rudy, I want to let you go so you can go and create some kind of new magical, mysterious, thought processes towards some of the things that you're doing. But I wanted to ask you, do you have any words for the EOS community and possibly the gaming community at large before I let you go on your way?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say, firstly, that we're absolutely thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled to be part of the EOS community. I'm really excited. I feel like, you guys have all welcomed us with open arms. It's been great. And, I'm thrilled to also be able to join you guys in, again, evolving this market and pushing things forward. And I'm really excited about the future. And like you said, that, come if you want to chat. I love connecting with everyone in the community. Come to Telegram and find me. I'm really easy to get hold of, and I'd love to connect with you guys.
It's a pleasure to sit down with you. I really appreciate you carving out the time for me today, Rudy. I hope that we can do this again. As I said, I'm going to make sure that I list all your info below. And this is the project that we've all been waiting for, man. I can't wait to see it unfold.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Matt. It's been great.
Pleasure, Rudy. We'll see you soon, buddy. Bye.
All right. Take care.
Ciao.